something massive is brewing in the Premier League. Darwin Núñez has just completed a shock move to Al Hilal, and within hours, Liverpool have been handed a stunning opportunity. Newcastle have reportedly given the green light for a move for Alexander Isak. But why now? And what's really going on behind the scenes? Sources say Newcastle's sudden signing of Yoane Wissa has changed everything. Stay tuned, because this transfer story is unfolding fast, and it's not what anyone expected.
The transfer window is not closed yet. There's still 3.5 weeks to go. And Alexander Isak, Michael, is still a Newcastle player. What is the latest with this?
Keith Downey there. Right, Rob, why don't they just cash in now and get someone else?
What, cash in on Isak?
Yeah.
Because they don't want him to go.
But he's really unhappy.
He is at the moment.
He's not even allowed to go to the barbecue.
Yeah, I quite fancy going to Newcastle's family barbecue. It sounds like it was probably quite a good day. Listen, I totally get what you're saying, but it's not that simple, is it? You have to look at the fact that Alexander Isak has ingrained himself into that Newcastle squad. He is fundamental to it now. He's their most important player. Newcastle don't want to throw that away and try and start again and try and integrate a new striker. But I think you have to ask, with all the number of strikers that have moved this summer, how many are left for Newcastle to go for? Certainly nobody of Alexander Isak's quality. As hard as it may be to reintegrate him, if he's really disappointed and has his heart set on moving to Liverpool, if he's causing problems within the squad, which we don't know that he is, we just know that he's training separately from that, and clearly Eddie Howe has been upset with the way he's conducted himself. I mean, this is Alexander Isak arriving at training today again, training on his own. It's got to hurt, and it's going to be difficult to reintegrate it. But, you know, which strikers are potentially available? Nicholas Jackson is available at Chelsea, we expect.
For shed loads of money.
£80 million doesn't sound good value to me. I can't believe that Chelsea would expect that as a fee for Nicholas Jackson going forward. Now they've got João Pedro in, now they've got Liam Delap in. I think they would be a bit more realistic than that, if I'm honest with you. But look, that's what we're being told that they want for him. And I can't see Newcastle paying £80 million for Nicholas Jackson, getting 120 for Alexander Isak and saying, hey, we've got a good deal there. So it's not easy for Newcastle.
Window a bit later, but before that, will Liverpool be done whether or not they get Isak, Dharmesh?
Incomings?
Yeah.
I mean, I think they still might be looking out for a central defender, maybe another midfielder. So, look, they've spent a lot of money, but they also sell really well as well.
Liverpool's pursuit of Alexander Isak has taken a dramatic twist as reports indicate Newcastle United are now closing in on the signing of Brentford striker Yoane Wissa, a move that could potentially pave the way for Isak's exit. The Magpies have intensified negotiations with Brentford, preparing a new offer worth over £30 million after an initial £25 million bid was rejected. Wissa, who scored 19 Premier League goals last season and expressed interest in Champions League football, is reportedly keen on the move to St James Park. His arrival would provide Newcastle with a versatile forward option, capable of playing centrally or out wide, offering greater flexibility in attack. With Wissa on the verge of joining, speculation has grown rapidly that Newcastle may now be more open to letting Isak leave, especially as Liverpool continue to push for a marquee striker following Darwin Núñez's shock transfer to Al Hilal. According to several reports, Liverpool submitted an initial offer in excess of £110 million for Isak, signalling serious intent to secure the Swedish international as the centerpiece of Arne Slot's new attacking system. Isak is believed to be intrigued by the idea of playing at Anfield and competing at the top of European football. He has reportedly told Newcastle he is open to exploring other opportunities this summer, adding fuel to the fire around his future. However, despite the growing noise, Newcastle remain publicly firm in their stance that Isak is not for sale, even amid increasing pressure from both the players' side and interested clubs. The club's Saudi-backed ownership and manager Eddie Howe see Isak as a cornerstone of their project, and while they are willing to spend big to strengthen other areas of the squad, they are not eager to dismantle their attacking core, at least not without an eye-watering, record-breaking fee. Some insiders suggest that Wissa's imminent arrival is not a direct replacement for Isak but rather a move to bolster depth ahead of a congested campaign involving domestic and European competition. Still, the timing is no coincidence. With Liverpool urgently needing a proven Premier League striker to replace Núñez, and Isak fitting the bill perfectly, the saga is far from over. Wissa's signing, while not definitive proof of Newcastle's willingness to sell, does open a door, and if Liverpool return with an improved bid closer to £120 to £125 million, it may be too much for Newcastle to refuse. Isak, for his part, is said to be watching the situation closely, and Liverpool fans are hopeful that the club's persistence could finally pay off. Federico Chiesa's time at Liverpool appears to be coming to an end, with the club now actively exploring options to offload the Italian winger just 1 year after his arrival. Signed from Juventus in the summer of 2024 for around £12.5 million, Chiesa was seen as a low-risk, high-upside addition to Liverpool's attacking depth. However, his stint at Anfield has been marred by persistent injury problems, limited playing time, and an overall inability to adapt to the fast-paced, physically demanding style of the Premier League. Despite his pedigree as a Euro 2020 winner and one of Italy's most exciting wide forwards in recent years, Chiesa struggled to find his rhythm and never truly cemented a spot in the starting 11. Sources close to the club suggest that manager Arne Slot and Liverpool's new sporting structure have already moved on from Chiesa in their long-term plans. The club has brought in multiple new signings this summer, including Florian Wirtz, Hugo Ekitike, and Jeremy Frimpong, all of whom can operate in advanced roles, further limiting Chiesa's chances of regular involvement. The shift in tactical approach under Slot, focused on high-intensity pressing, technical flexibility, and injury resilience, does not appear to suit Chiesa's profile, especially given his recurring fitness setbacks. Liverpool are now listening to offers, and several Serie A clubs are circling, with AC Milan, Napoli, Lazio, and even Juventus, his former club, reportedly interested in bringing him back to Italy. While there were initial inquiries about a possible loan deal, Liverpool are said to prefer a permanent transfer, ideally fetching somewhere between €25 million and €30 million. That figure would represent a tidy profit for a player who has contributed very little on the pitch, but still retains value thanks to his reputation and technical quality. For Chiesa, a move away from Liverpool could represent the best opportunity to revive his career. Returning to Serie A, where his strengths are better understood and the tactical environment more suited to his style, could allow him to rediscover the explosive form that once made him a standout at Fiorentina and Juventus. Meanwhile, for Liverpool, parting ways with Chiesa clears up wages, frees a valuable non-homegrown slot, and reinforces the club's broader strategy of building a more dynamic, robust, and future-focused squad. Liverpool are accelerating their efforts to sign Marc Guéhi from Crystal Palace, and sources suggest this could be the club's next major defensive move, following the blockbuster capture of Alexander Isak. With the attacking line now bolstered by the arrival of the Swedish striker from Newcastle, Liverpool's focus has shifted to reinforcing the backline, and Guéhi has emerged as the top target. The 24-year-old England international, known for his composure, leadership, and strong one-on-one defending, fits Liverpool's blueprint perfectly: young, Premier League proven, and with significant room to grow under Arne Slot's tactical regime. Reports indicate that Liverpool have already opened advanced discussions with Crystal Palace, who are demanding around £50 million for their captain. However, Liverpool are looking to negotiate a deal closer to £40 million, especially as Guéhi enters the final year of his contract. Crystal Palace, for their part, are reluctant to lose him but understand that the defender may seek a new challenge at a higher level, particularly with European football and regular England call-ups on the line. Guéhi is reportedly open to the move and excited by the project at Anfield, especially given the direction of the club's rebuild and the recent acquisition of a top-tier forward like Isak. The timing of this pursuit is no coincidence. With Isak's signing now complete, and attacking depth secured, Liverpool are turning their attention to the heart of their defense, where changes are quietly underway. Jarell Quansah leave for Bayer Leverkusen, and with Joe Gomez's future uncertain and Ibrahima Konate entering the final year of his deal, Guéhi is viewed as a potential long-term partner to Virgil van Dijk or even his successor. As a homegrown player with experience as a leader at Palace, he ticks multiple strategic boxes: age profile, character, tactical fit, and Premier League experience. Behind the scenes, Arne Slot and the recruitment team are said to be prioritizing physicality and positional intelligence at the back, qualities that Guéhi possesses in abundance. The former Chelsea youth product has impressed for England in recent international appearances and is keen to cement his place in the national team ahead of the 2026 World Cup. A move to Liverpool would elevate his visibility and give him the platform to compete at the highest level.